I'm trying to see how other men do it because I do want something serious, but that temptation is real. Like every time we open our phones, bro, it's another shorty right there.
So when I look at social media and when I look at bad females in person, that's not my goal right now. So I don't care about those perceived options.
True.
I think it's very hard to get into something serious, especially when nowadays like loyalty is to be questioned. There's a lot on the line. Everybody wants to know like what can you do for them. It's not really no real love nowadays, and to be honest, the struggle is more so like will it last?
Yes, sir, ski. This the Hood Analyst Podcast where we talk about that real hood. Shh. Now today, we have a very special guest, and I'm going to have him introduce himself. But first, you know, Justin got to say his famous.
Like, subscribe, share, because all we want to do is drop content every single week for y'all and every single day. Full Life Podcast. It's 8 p.m. Fridays. Tune in.
Shersky, and I'm gonna have my guest introduce himself, and then we're gonna get into the episode. I feel like this one gonna be a nice, real deep talk. I've only met this man once, so we're gonna really be able to share some true perspectives on how we be moving.
I mean, technically it's twice, but
That was just
No. I met him once. This is my second time.
seeing him.
This is my second time.
All right, go ahead and introduce yourself, Star.
So I go by the name of Star. First of all, let me just say it's an honor. Thank you for having me on the show.
Appreciate that.
It's my first time being recorded, so it's a little bit nerve-wracking, whatever. We'll see what happens.
It's always the first time for everything.
Yes, Sirski.
That's a fact. That's a fact. But we about to just let it flow. I'm ready for the questions. Let's just rock.
Okay, so now you probably just under a decade younger than me, and I'm thinking how I would move in this society in this time right now. So my first question is, because I still struggle with this myself, with the illusion of endless options on social media, do you ever think about cultivating something real, a real relationship with all of that temptation out there? How do you deal with that temptation
So that's a great
of
question.
illusion, of endless options?
I feel like as a young man right now with social media and everything, by the way, I'm 24, so I'm not like crazy young, but to a lot of people that's pretty young. I think it's very hard to get into something serious, especially when nowadays like loyalty is to be questioned. There's a lot on the line. Everybody wants to know like what can you do for them or what can I do for you? It's not really no real love nowadays, and to be honest, the struggle is more so like will it last? I feel like everybody just asks each other that question. Like when you get with somebody, isn't that the first thing you start questioning? Like, will this last?
Okay. Yes, when I was younger, but now that I'm older, and I do think it comes with age. I was asking the question basically like, how do you deal with it? Because the way I am now, it's like, no matter what girl I'm with, whatever she does, I'm charging it to the game. I cannot control another person at all.
Facts.
So I can't think about, will it last? I'm not thinking about
100%.
that. But I am thinking about myself. Because once you get there as a dude to where it's like, all right, I'm giving Shorty a chance. If it work out, it work out. If it don't, it don't. Once you get there, now I'm more focused on how do I maintain myself?
That's real.
Because I was asking you the question, like, I'm trying to see how other men do it because I do want something serious, but that temptation is real. Like every time we open our phones, bro, it's another shorty right there. I'm thinking about as a whole, like how do we move forward, cultivating relationships with that?
It's very easy. It's very simple. You got to learn how to control your temptations. Like for me, I know we discussed this already. Like we're around bad females all the time. So it's like once you start like relinquishing your tolerance and stuff like that, like it's like, oh, she's bad. Okay. I don't care. I don't let it hold a power over me. Like let it be used as leverage. So a bad shorty is like a normal shorty to me. So all that swiping and this, that, and the third, and you gotta understand it's perceived options. It's not your actual options.
Absolutely.
So then in another light, you gotta understand this as well, that what's more important is all these options on your phone that you think are options worth the interest, or is it the person that you actually have right now in person?
Absolutely. Yeah. That's
So
that's
if you
easy,
find
yeah.
that one person that's like, this is the person I'm gonna ride for, it's not worth it to go through all this other females and whatever have you. Because at the end of the day, it's like, this female. You don't know these.
Yeah.
That's real.
You don't know none of them.
Yeah. Now it's a difference between being single and being in a relationship.
Mhm.
So I'm single now. When I'm in a relationship, first off, I'm the kind of guy, like, if I commit to something, I'm committing to it. So
Me too.
in a relationship, it's easy. But when I'm single, it's like I kind of feel like that endless the
Perceived.
the perceived options that I have is making it like, all right, I could just pick whenever. Like, you know that you single too.
Yes.
So like all of the options or perceived options that we have,
So
it's like,
I'll say this.
what?
My purpose is higher than any female on this earth.
That's a fact.
So when I look at social media and when I look at bad females in person, that's not my goal right now. So I don't care about those perceived options.
True. I feel that. But I'm just saying, like, okay, you're younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
I think like you too. But that's the thing. I'm older than you and I'm still thinking like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the question that he had earlier before the cameras came on. Like, how do you know when that girl is the one that's gonna make you go, all right, all the other bitches that I be looking at or seeing or that be reaching out to me, it's a dub. Like,
I'll
that
tell you
choice
this.
is getting harder with
It's
all
two.
of the options I was saying.
It's two. Again, I said perceived options, right? So now it's two things. One, have you met where you want to be in your purpose yet?
No.
So then that's one thing. And then two, the way that you would take a shorty seriously is, does she help you achieve your purpose? Once you find a shorty that helps you achieve your purpose, then all those other options, all those other sites and temptation is not going to be a thing. But the reason why you think they're perceived options is because those women will not help your long-term goals. So once you see like, oh, this is a short-term thing, and you're going to keep flipping in between different shorties.
That's another one too. Now, I can honestly say that I've only done this once, and I had a couple long-term relationships.
Mhm.
I think that a lot of relationships fall apart because people don't lay out the boundaries or their
They're
goals in the beginning. Have
too
you ever done
scared-
that?
They're too scared. That's the
No,
problem.
but I'm asking you, have you ever done that? Like, lay
Yes.
out your
Yes.
yeah, like, you did it?
Yeah, and like, see, the thing about me, I'm an asshole, right? I'll say there's three things above you, right? God, my money, and my relationships with my family and stuff like that, and then it's you. So when I say money, I mean like career, purpose, goals, whatever have you, and then it's my shorty. She becomes the third or the fourth priority,
Okay.
and then she will go up the reins as I get to where I want to be in life. Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna feel like I didn't do what I was supposed to do as a man, not reaching my purpose because I put a female as a priority. So until one of those priorities is, solidified, I'm not gonna give my 100% to no woman.
You ever, both of y'all ever, maybe when y'all was in y'all younger days, probably, or younger now, y'all ever had one of those relationships where the boundaries was unclear?
Yes. And I will tell you, it's like one of the first or second relationships, because within every man's first relationship, they want to do everything to please their woman
True. That's
until
very true.
until they get their heart broken.
That's a fact.
You're blind.
I think that's going on a lot now, where it's like, hookup culture and stuff. People not really being intentional with.
No, people are feeding their temptations and not their intentions.
That's real. So right now the real issue is, like, I feel like with the new generation is we get bored easy.
Okay.
I mean, it's so easy to like fully give up on something than it is to stay committed. Why would I deal with this woman if she's stressing me out, even if it's for a day? you start questioning that. Like, I really don't gotta stay in this. So when you start questioning those things, you start looking at other options. And I think the minute you start looking at other options, the relationship is practically over.
So again, this is what I will say. You got to understand the nature of women and just people in general. Everybody's going to come with their downfalls. Everybody's going to come with their pros and cons.
It's a fact.
So when you're looking at long term, you got to think of it like this. If you're with Shorty and you have peace for like, say, 99% of your relationship, but you have that 1% where she stresses you out. Now, is it worth giving up all of that because of one day or 1%? Because you might go to that other option. She might stress you out 90% of the time, and you might have 10% of peace.
That's real. But you don't think a lot of people get stuck in a relationship where they feel as though that they stay because they don't want to get to know if there's anything out there?
Yeah,
and now they're
absolutely.
stuck in a relationship where they're not really truly happy.
Well, the thing is that if you're not truly happy within a relationship, you are free to leave. But understand what comes with that. It's either you try to work and mend that happiness again, or you can go and, go into the marketplace and find your options, but you might get even worse.
It's true.
You got to weigh your options. So I understand for myself the reason I get bored as well too, right? But I understand the reason why I get bored is because I don't feel like my purpose has been fulfilled. And I know that about myself. So it's so easy for me to just let it go because when I let go of somebody, I relinquish a responsibility.
That's yo. He talking. You feel free again after that shit.
Yeah. But then the thing about it like this is like if it's a relationship and it's somebody that I cared about or whatever have you, and I had to let go because I felt like it's becoming more of a chore than it is to be living my life. I don't go and jump into another relationship or even start fucking with other shorties like that because I understand that the reason why I let go of this person is because I wanted to focus more on my purpose. Because at the end of the day, my number one thing is fulfilling my purpose. So if I don't fulfill my purpose and the person that I'm with is bringing me down from my purpose, then I have to get rid of them. What sense does it make to go into another liability like that?
I noticed a lot of things are timing too. Cause like you could have that breakup and you could jump right into another relationship or rebound or whatever. Or you could take too long and start grieving and then get into that point where you feel worthless and you not
want to
worthy.
know what the problem is?
It's all timing.
You know what the problem is with men when they start grieving like that is they don't have a purpose. You grieve when you have time to. When you are continuously working on yourself, working on your goals, you don't have time to grieve because life is not going to give you that chance.
Yeah,
when you sit down in your corner in your bedroom and you have nothing to do, you have nothing to look forward to, that's when you start grieving and woe is me and I should be doing more and this, that, and the third.
Which is not a bad thing. It's just you got to balance it out.
Well, it is a bad thing.
I think that it's a bad thing maybe in today's time because
it's a
people
bad thing.
focus on the grieving so much.
It's a bad thing regardless. You should not be grieving. Especially,
People, everybody grieves different. I think that
shouldn't be grieving. I'm sorry. You shouldn't.
you shouldn't be grieving.
No.
Crazy.
Nah. He disagrees with that too.
No. Now listen to when I say grieving, right? I don't think a breakup you should be grieving over a breakup. At the end of the day, your life goes on, right? I can understand if it has been a traumatic experience as in life or like a death situation or something serious happened between you and your perceived lover or whatever have you, like, she got hurt or died.
That's
or
a
whatever.
good question. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
Do you think that a serious breakup would you consider a serious breakup a traumatic experience?
Yes, if you were dealing with that person for 5 years, it's 5 years of your life. Now, the fact that you don't have that person in your life anymore, that is very of a traumatic response.
So people should be able to grieve.
Yeah, in that situation.
Yeah.
But if you're telling me like you've been with that person for a year or 6 months or 3 months, and if you're sitting there grieving about that person, get the fuck on.
Yeah, that's why I was saying time.
Yeah.
The time.
I mean, what if that person made you feel a different feeling you ain't never felt with nobody else? and
Everybody's
not a
time
woman.
is different.
You're not a woman.
Well,
You're a man. Get out your fucking feelings. You got a job to do.
Yes, absolutely. I was just saying that it's hard to give that advice to different individuals when everybody's timing is different.
Yeah,
True.
but
That's-
So now what I will say is that if it's a long-term relationship and then you separate parts, is of course it's okay for you to grieve, right? But then again, when you're a man, you have no time for that. So you have to pick in parts like, okay, I gotta get out of this feeling that I have, right? Sooner than later.
Yeah.
And the way how you do that
Cold
is
world.
it's figure out what you could do that doesn't let you think. When you're going after something subconsciously. That's why we tell men to go in the gym, go, pick up a martial art or whatever, or figure out what you want to do in your life. Because once you have enjoyment of doing those things, you forget about everything else.
True.
That's real.
I mean, I do agree. Do you think it's more healthy for people to just, I mean, I don't want to say that you were just saying like just forget about it, but I also think it's a lack of people going through the emotions too.
Yes, you have to go through the emotions, but you have to have that mindset to where I need to get out of it.
True.
So what I say usually is if you're grieving with something traumatic and something really big, give yourself a week. If you need more time, give yourself 2. But after those 2 weeks, something has to change to where you feel like going out and conquering the world.
See, it's hard for me to put a time frame on it.
You want to know why there's a
I-
time frame on it? Because your bills will tell you there's a time frame on it. If you feel like shit and you're operating to where you are fucking up your money, you better get out that shit quick, nigga, or you're gonna be fucking homeless.
Talk to him. So the conversation about vulnerability has been going on for a while now on the internet. We've had some clips about the vulnerability and all that. Now, there's a lot of short clips where there's like guys like, you should never ever be vulnerable, blah, blah, blah. Now, of course, a lot of people speak with hyperbole. I kind of got enough common sense to be able to go like, all right, I know he doesn't mean never, ever. So my question is, when do you think is the appropriate time to be vulnerable with your shorty?
I'm gonna answer this first because I gotta get this out my head. Let's say 2 things. If you feel like that's a person that you can open up to, you should, right? But when I say men, for you to be vulnerable with your women, only be vulnerable with the things that you are willing for it to be thrown back in your face.
Talk to him. I was not expecting that answer, but I agree 1,000%. I agree.
You gotta pick and choose your battles. You can't give her your deepest, darkest secrets when you know that can be exposed to the world, because it will be, depending on what shorty you're dealing with.
He just dropped some facts. You got any answers to that one?
I mean, I agree. To be honest, women are grimy, bro. So it's like
They
at the
can
end of the
be.
day, they can
They
throw
can
anything
be.
at you. If they know
Dang.
any insecurity, I think as a man, you honestly shouldn't even really expose your insecurities. Like the minute a shorty know that you're insecure about something, it automatically just becomes like a problem. Like, bro, just an example. Us men, we care a lot about our appearance.
Of course.
If you know your hairline's receding, bro, respectfully just accept it for what it is. You just have
Yeah.
to accept things.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. I agree with 1,000,000,000%.
Because
Yeah.
the minute you start being insecure about something, you keeping it away, and people figure out that you insecure about that, they gonna pick on that quick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So
Yeah.
that's what I was gonna say as well too, with your vulnerabilities and expose. I have no problem with people exposing me, because guess what? I'm going to accept it. Yeah, I did that. So what? What's the problem with it? Simple. The only time that it becomes like, oh, like picking on you and people start clowning you is when you don't accept it. They keep on throwing it in your face. So now I have it here with you. I take away power from you when I accept it. You have no more leverage over me anymore because I don't give a fuck about it. And that's the problem with people of now and today. They let people chastise them and not accept the things that, because maybe it's true. Maybe the things that they're clowning you about is true. So accept it. So it's either you accept it and change, or you accept it and keep moving forward. It makes a part of your identity. When you try to, downplay it and go around the question and stuff like that, then it becomes a problem. It shows a test of your character.
What do you think is the root of the conflict avoidance attitude in society today. Seems like everybody
No.
want to avoid the conflicts
Because-
or their flaws.
Nobody's strong enough to attack your own person.
But I'm saying, where you think it comes from?
Where you think it comes from?
Like, what's
People
the
are
root?
scared of themselves.
What's the root though? What?
People are scared of themselves. They don't want to change. I keep telling you this. That's the reason why they're scared. Because if they go in that dark room and battle their demons, they're afraid that they might not come out of it. They're afraid of conflict, and I'm not. I've grown to the person where I take conflict and I battle it. Because guess what? The conflict only stops you from where you need to be. So that's why people avoid their problems so much. They don't want to speak about certain topics. They don't want to be transparent with their partner because they're scared of what they're gonna say.
Talk to him.
Damn.
You can't be scared of what somebody's gonna say. They're thinking it. You might as well find it out now. And learn how to move forward with it. Because that's a problem. A lot of people nowadays, they don't want to fucking speak the truth. And they have the truth in their head and never say it. So guess what? From you not telling the truth, you're walking in fake.
Okay, both of you. Think of some of the most uncomfortable conversations that you've ever had in your life. How did you approach them? How did you approach those hard, uncomfortable conversations?
So I know how I deal with uncomfortable conversations.
Yeah, how did
I
you
just,
approach it?
I just fucking lay it on the line, but it depends on who you're speaking to. If you feel like that person's going to be like, if they're not a confrontational person, you have to lay it to them in a non-confrontational way for it to be discussed. Because then if you say it like bluntly, they're not going to receive any of the information that you're bringing out to them. Now, if you could feel like that person's tough enough to take on the truth, even if it's hard, and understand where you're coming from, then that's how I handle the situation. But the problem is, like, I don't let uncomfortable thoughts rest a place in my head. So if I have an issue with what you're doing, I'm going to tell you as soon as it happens. Because if I don't tell you now, you're going to keep on doing it. It's going to build up even more. And then when I have to bring it out to you, now it's a point where that's one conversation could be the ending of our relationship or friendship.
That's a fact.
So I agree 100%. I'm the same way. I feel like if I'm doing something that you don't like, as a friend, I feel like you got to be real with me. It's the same way with me. I'm gonna keep it real with you. So I feel like you just gotta keep it 100 with me. You ain't my friend if you just honestly just let me act that certain way that's pissing you off low key, and you just speaking behind my back to other people. To me, that's fake as fuck.
That's treachery.
Yeah, it is.
Because I tell you right now, we live in a society where checks and balances is not a thing.
Real shit.
People don't want to check people no more. And if you keep going unchecked, you're going to think that you're doing right when you're not.
Okay. Let's talk about some unrealistic dating expectations. We spoke about this topic plenty times. We already know why they're like that. Going into the future, though, do you think that as a whole, in general, women will wake up and lower their unrealistic expectations?
I'm going to let you
Or do
answer
you
that
think
first.
that men just need to rise to astronomical heights to get the
I'm
girl
going
they
to let
want?
you answer that first because
Listen to me. All that shit is bullshit. Do not believe the hype. She do not give a fuck about height. She don't give a fuck about your money. I done seen the grimiest, dirtiest hood niggas bag the craziest, baddest bitches. None of that shit matters. Now, if you really fall for that lie, bro, you're gonna be living trying to reach these fake ass expectations, and bro, it's never gonna happen. Just work on yourself, get your money, make sure you're always happy, and everything else is gonna come right with it.
That's
Trust
a
me,
fact.
it will.
That's a super fact. I agree with that a billion
So
percent.
I would say this in a very simple term. Just be a man of your word. Just that simple.
Yeah.
A woman loves a man that's about their word. She can have all these delusional ass expectations, like my man gotta make $100,000. He gotta buy me this. He gotta do this. He gotta have time for me.
Yeah,
he gotta do all these things, right? But those women are gonna be 95 years old with no man.
Real shit.
And that's not a woman that I care about. I care about the woman that's understanding that I am who I am, and I will get better as a person because that's who I am. But I'm not gonna change on my morals and my goals and the things that I hold dear for myself to make you happy. I'll just go make somebody else happy that understands it. You're not the one for me. Because all these girls have these unrealistic ass expectations with no fucking man or no prospects of a man. Because she's saying that she want a guy that makes 100,000 do this, that, and the third, right? You know you only got like 2% of the world there, right? And you're not even a 2% woman yourself. You just like everybody else.
So let me tell you this, the realest shit that a shorty once told me, and I always think about it. What does it matter if a man makes 6 figures? Do you really think his money is yours? Because the minute that man wants to leave and replace you, happens just like that. His money isn't yours. So like that 6-figure shit is out the window. Like, yeah, he could flatter you with gifts and shit for the moment to get to the what? To the cat?
But he doesn't want to stay with you.
Exactly.
Because then you got to put it like this. A man that makes more money has more options. And do you think that you're the best option out there?
And pussy isn't everything.
Nope. You might be pretty, but there's other girls that's way prettier than you and will submit to whatever he wants to say.
Real shit.
And those same women be the one that are most combative, right? Most argumentative. And they think that a guy that with $100,000 and over salary is gonna put up with that shit. Get the fuck out of here.
So
He'd be the quickest to cut your ass off.
Bro, so if I make 100K, you think I really got time to be dealing with a bitch?
No, you making money.
It is what it is, bro.
The fuck? There's so many options out there when you start making that type of money. Because guess what? That money says fuck you. You gotta understand that. That my time is valuable. When I'm making that much money, my time is fucking valuable. So if you think I'm gonna sit there and deal with no shorty that's fucking making my days go by fucking longer because I'm with you, get the fuck out of here, bro. No man got time for that shit.
Yeah. Excuse me. I think that they are beginning to wake up. I think that
Nah, bro, they still sleep.
They still sleep as hell. They still under the blanket, bro, waiting for the tooth fairy.
I think that it's becoming more common for at least shorties to have this knowledge of, at least that they know they have the choice now
Choice of what?
to either, like, they're starting to hear the conversation where it's like it's hard to have the career and the relationship and be young. Like they're starting to understand like they can choose, they can only go a certain route.
No,
You don't think so?
they're still living in Disneyland. Because all right, so let me say this. You want to know why they're still living in Disneyland? It's because from 20 to 30, they can live it as much as they want. With the small hope of each man that they deal with might get into a serious relationship.
What do you think is the ideal age, shorty? Well, what ideal age for marriage? I mean, I guess we could talk about that. Society has a lot of norms where it's like you should be married by this age or making this money by this age. Let's talk about that. I'm 32. You had a good question for me. Do I want to have a family soon? I don't have no kids. I do think about it.
So
How do you feel about the pressure from society to do certain things by a certain age?
So back to that question. Do you feel like you're reaching that time limit as a man, even though men are very different from women in the sense that we really don't lose our values? If you really notice, like your value really matters on your income.
We can basically have kids anytime, you're saying.
Yeah. That and the fact that it's not like a woman. A woman, technically, if we're being honest, as soon as a woman start getting older, they become less
valuable.
I didn't want to say that word, but
I mean, I don't know if it's in a man's eyes that is dating a woman that he wants to have kids. Yeah, she's less valuable in that sense. So if it's a guy that don't got kids and she can't give him kids, yeah, she's less valuable in that sense. But I'm basically trying to ask. I'm trying to understand what you're asking. Like,
Do you feel like you being 32,
no,
you should be having a kid
no.
sometime soon? And why is that? Why do you feel not pressure to have to start a family soon? Because technically, you're like around that age range where most people
Start having families.
Yeah,
start.
that's why I asked about the societal norms, because I mean, as long as we've been growing up, there's always been pressure to where maybe that's like the general age where most people do it. So it's like you should do it at that age, but I just take the shit out. And I mean, I'm thinking of it logically. This is a situation where I can take you should have kids by 30 out, because a man, if he's fit, can have kids anytime.
Okay.
So I'm just using logic over society.
I would say this, and I'm gonna play logic into your realm. I feel like a man should be thinking about kids and having a family when he's ready to have a family.
Yeah, exactly.
So most men don't figure it out until they're like 30. And now it's becoming 4 times as much harder to own anything because of the economy and all this other stuff. So of course the age range in people's head is gonna fucking go up.
Yeah, people are starting to do things later.
Yeah.
Now, that's why I was saying with the shorties, it's kind of tough, because when they reach a certain age, it becomes harder for them to have kids. If they want to get with a guy, he's most likely going to want to have kids someday.
Not only that, but like I asked you off the podcast, how do you feel being 32, and like, do you ever start being more appealing, like more appeal to like women that are younger? Because like technically, let's say like your age range are more like possibly have kids, possibly have more drama in their life, more things happening. So it's like, are you more attracted to like a younger woman? Like, do you feel like you're at that age as a man where you start looking at women like 21, 22? Because they're more younger, they're more attractive.
Okay. Now, I was saying this earlier. I have a new philosophy where I've noticed that many people in society avoid the truth. So I look for the simplest truth. So you can apply this to other dudes, but I'm gonna answer this question personally. But I think that most dudes will probably feel like this. I'm attracted to what I've always been attracted to.
What does that mean?
When I was 15, 21, 29, I like fit, good-looking women.
The age didn't matter.
The age doesn't matter if she's fit and good-looking.
Gotcha.
The older she gets, like up into the 50s and all of that stuff, I wouldn't go for that because I'm not that age. But it's not like since I'm older, I'm going for younger women. No, I'm going for mature women. There could be a woman that's mature at 23. There could be a woman that's mature at 32.
So let me ask you guys this: what is the age range that you guys will take serious?
I will date no one much older than me. So I'm not gonna go 5 years older than me. I could do anything but that.
And the youngest that you'll date?
Now, the youngest I'll date is
Don't be scared because
no,
the legal age. Just...
No, I'm not scared. But the youngest I'll date, it doesn't matter it's the mentality, it's the maturity. So
Age. I'm just
the legal
age.
21. Okay.
So
Not legal limit. I wouldn't go 18 because it's like, all right, basically what I'm doing is weighing out the younger she is, the more likely she could be immature. Not saying that all young people are immature, but the younger she is, the more likely she's immature.
So I disagree.
So you're not gonna see me with a whole bunch of young women because most of them are immature. I'm attracted to maturity. But if she's young and mature, hell yeah, I'm bagging that shit.
So I disagree with that. I feel as though like the age don't really matter. I'm honestly, to answer that question, I just feel like I wouldn't date a woman that really has nothing going for herself. Like honestly, I don't mind dating someone that's 18. But the problem with it is like, obviously there's a lot to take into consideration. Like most likely she's not driving. Most likely she don't have a job. Most likely she's probably still in school, hanging around, stuff like that. So all that is to take into consider, like it's all to be considered. Honestly, I just feel as though like sometimes the age don't really matter because you could meet someone that's like 30 and they're so immature. Like, come on, let's be honest.
Word.
Like, how
Yeah,
many
that's
people
true.
in the clubs do you really see that you be like, bro, you still doing this?
Yeah,
that's true.
exactly.
very
That's
true.
why I'm saying it's about the.
Then you meet like a 19-year-old
mindset.
that you're speaking to and you're like, whoa, that's your age.
So I would say this: the age range that I would date, that I'll look forward to even thinking about an option for, is nobody that's 2 years older than me. So like I'm 26 now, so I won't date anybody past 28, and I won't date anybody younger than 23.
Oh yeah, nah. It's a girl at the gym.
So,
She a couple years older than me. She fire. She's
So-
not 5 years older,
so-
but she a couple years older.
so-
She fire. I hit that shit.
You hit it, but not take it serious though.
No, I would take it serious. If she's, this sounds
Yo,
crazy, but
yo,
like, if she
remember this
still can have
podcast.
kids-
Remember this podcast. He said that he won't date nobody younger than 23. I want to see
but
this
look-
shit.
No. But listen to what I'm saying to you though. I'm 26. I'm basing it on my age.
I
So
get
it's gonna go up or go like it's gonna
So
go
you're
up.
saying you wouldn't go 3 years younger than you are and 2 years older than you are?
Just
I'm
hypothetically.
keeping my pool open. The youngest I'm going is 21, and I wouldn't date somebody too much older than me.
Nah, I wouldn't go for a 21 year old.
So just hypothetically,
mature,
if you
I'll
were
do
to
it.
meet someone that's 21 and has everything you like in a woman, you wouldn't even really.
You doing that shit?
maybe
That's what I'm saying.
I'll maybe, but
But then
it's
that
very-
just breaks
but
everything you just
no,
said.
but it's very rare, bro. It's like a
Yeah.
1.5% chance to find that, bro.
I wouldn't say so.
It's a lot of mature younger people. out
Yeah,
here, so-
but the problem is that okay, realistically, and we're talking about women. We're not talking about men, right? At 21, right? Most of them are going to college. Most of them their career's not even set yet. And we're talking about women. For men, we can open up a business. We can do this, that, and third, and do things like that. For a woman to do that, that's hard.
It's hard for both, but I know what you mean.
It's more inclined for a man
yeah,
to do that.
They're not
at
like
that age.
yeah, they're not thinking about that kind of stuff. That's why I
Exactly.
was saying what I was saying earlier. It's very unlikely to find a mature young woman. But the question was, and you did answer it. If she was 21 and she had that mindset,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
But if I'm 30 and she's 21, it's not happening.
Why?
I'm not doing that.
Why?
No. I feel like that's too much of a gap for me. For me personally. Like for anybody else, that's to each his own. But for me, that's too much of a gap.
I do think about that sometimes too, because I remember I was talking to
Oh shit.
I was talking to this girl that was younger than me. And I remember like it wasn't a huge discrepancy, but it was kind of weird. Like we weren't in the same zeitgeist. Like she just didn't relate to the shows I liked and the shit that I liked. And she would bring up shit and I just be, I mean, it was cool when she showed me shit. And I was like, oh, but it'd be cool when you got a girl that's like, she came up on the same type TV shows. You can't like, y'all just more connected. It's kind of
Yeah.
like that conversation I was saying where I don't see myself taking a girl serious that's from a totally different walk of life than me.
Yeah, so like say
Not saying I wouldn't, but I just,
so like say if you
I'm not really inclined to do it.
say if you like 37, right? There's no shot that I'm gonna be dating somebody that's 21, 22. No way in hell. Because when you
No,
think
but the question was if she has the mindset.
no, even if she has a mindset, I'm not dating nobody that's 21.
Okay.
Not at all. The gap is way too big.
Okay. Why?
Because by the time I turn 50, she'll be a whole like fucking
That's
that's
a
a
fact.
that's a big gap.
That is
It's
a
a
fact.
whole
That is a
she's gonna be in a whole different era than me and have different
It's a lot of things that people do that I just be like, how they be getting that off? Like, you know, some guys be dating multiple women. Some guys date girls that's way younger than them.
because I would say this.
I'm open.
For
I'll
me,
try
and I'm gonna
as
say
long as
for
the
me. For me.
mindset's there.
For me, right? And the reason why I'm gonna say for me, because again, whatever you do that makes you happy and whatever makes the other person happy, I don't give a fuck about societal norms or whatever have you. Do what makes you happy, right? Nobody else's opinion should matter to what you have in house, right? That's one. But for myself specifically, like I think about hanging around her parents, hanging around her friends and stuff like that. I get annoyed now dealing with uneducated people. I'm dead serious. And it's more like, all right, so at the age of 35 or age of 36 or 37, I'm on the level of, you know, doing business,
That's
tough-
also another factor too. It's not just the mindset difference, it's the
where
where you are
at
in life.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if she's 20, 21, 22, talking with her friends in college and this, that, and the third, and I'm over here fucking with my guys that are multi-billionaires, multi-millionaires, thinking about acquisitions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What conversations I'm gonna have with college kids?
Yeah. I feel that.
So I have a question for both of y'all.
You're
Mhm.
right.
All right, so you at your age, do you still care about how many people the woman you're talking to has slept with?
I never cared.
Or that's irrelevant at that age?
I never cared
To
But
know like even a slight bit of her past?
I mean, of course I am interested in the type of crowd she hung around, like her friends and the shit she's into and all that, but I'm never going to know the number, so I don't worry about it.
That's real.
It depends on who she was fucking.
What you mean?
Because there's no shot that I'm gonna marry somebody that my boy was fucking this.
But
time
how will
around.
you know that?
How would I know that's gonna come out to light someday?
I mean, if it's like, yeah, close friends and all that, that's just weird, of course. But like, that's it though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, if she fucked 100 niggas, that's a different story. If I find that out, yeah, it's a
Yeah, finding out and all that, that's weird. But
Yeah.
like, it's unlikely.
it's unlikely, but like, it depends on how many dudes she was smashing within the time period. That's what I feel like, because I give it to a sense of today's date, right? Most people are not relationship long-term minded, so maybe she was trying to find that man, and within that time she couldn't have done it because she had to try over and over and over and over again. But if she was just doing, like, say if she's 27 with like 50 bodies, that's crazy, bro.
Do you feel like the time matters of when she gave you some pussy?
No,
What you mean?
No.
What's that?
You
Like
met
a-
Shorty
like a-
last night and you got to fuck
no. So
tomorrow morning.
So this is the thing that me and him
Does
say.
that matter for you?
No,
Like, if I'm gonna wife it or not?
Type shit.
No.
no. And this is what me and him been saying. You could just be that guy.
Yeah.
It's
No.
a possibility.
See, what I think a lot of people don't do, and you kind of gave me this light on the last episode. I'm a pretty humble guy, and we were talking about mindsets, and you were saying that my mindset is an average, but I do a lot of projecting, so I'm thinking that most people think this way.
They don't.
But with that body count question, many people think about things in numbers. I'm not concerned about the number. I'm concerned about the talk. What are people saying about you? Because I'm not saying I go around listening to rumors, but perception is reality. There's a reason why, and I'm only bringing this up for a second, but there's a reason why Diddy has always had allegations ever since I was a kid. There's no reason why the allegations from Diddy is getting to me at 13 years old in grammar school or in high school.
Yeah, gotta be.
So
some
there
truth to
has
it.
to be some, exactly.
Has to be some truth.
That's
to
what I'm
it.
saying. So if I meet a girl and every nigga I meet is saying, yo, she get around, then that tells me, oh, okay. She probably
So
get
now
around.
the reason why I say that too, as well as how many bodies she has, is because if she's a very promiscuous woman, and the higher the body count goes, and like I said, I don't really care too much, but it's depending on what number and what time frame. So the higher the number goes, and the shorter the time frame, the harder it is going to be for you to keep her in a committed, serious relationship.
Yeah, think about it like this, because it's just like divorce. Let's say you meet a girl that been divorced three times.
You think
There's
you're gonna be the
there's an
fourth
issue.
one?
Yeah,
There's a-
You're gonna be the fourth one that she stays with? No,
that's what,
it's a
and,
high-
and
it's a high
that's
chance
how
it's not.
that's how guys look at the body count, because it's like most women, if they're giving sex to a guy, they're most likely trying to lock him down. They're not doing it for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
They always get emotionally attached when they have sex. So if they have a high body count,
That means she's
it
less and
kind of
less
shows like she's not good at maintaining relationships.
True.
or she could just like it herself and she's
Yeah,
emotionally.
or she could just like it. And why would
Or-
you wife a girl that likes fucking that many different niggas?
So it could be that because the thing about it, when women give you sex, is an emotional attachment, right? Now, the more she has sex, the more she relinquishes the emotional attachment, And you will not, and I'm telling you right now, you do not want an emotional, sexually detached woman. I'll tell you that right now. You do not want
Talk
that.
to him.
You don't want that. Because after she nut and gets that post-cum clarity, she's gone, brother.
Bro, this happened to me one time in my life. It was this girl. I was back at my old crib. I was in the studio, whatever. It was this girl. She just hit me up randomly, right? Hits me up, pulls up, same day, pulls up, mop my shit, and leave. Never spoke to her again.
Demon.
I don't know what shorties, what does that mean?
She has been summoned. That's why.
She must have been on some
Was the head good?
She has been summoned for you.
Just he did the look.
Yeah, I know. She was summoned for him.
So next question. Can you be with a shorty that doesn't like to give head?
No.
No.
Hell no.
I don't think that exists.
But wait. But the pussy's good.
No.
The sex is amazing, but she
No.
doesn't like giving head.
No, I'm not being there with that long term.
Now,
You will get tired of that good pussy. That good pussy is gonna feel average.
now, if you're gonna be with somebody, let's say if it's ideal for the rest of your life, when you get into a relationship,
never get head,
you
that's crazy.
Trying to go for the long haul. I want to be with a shorty that's willing to try anything I'm willing to try.
Thank you. Thank you.
But what if she just willing to try it, but she's not into it?
She
Like
better-
she
better
does
start-
it, but you could
she
tell.
better-
That's
that-
valid.
She better start
That's valid.
liking it. She better start liking because I do a lot of things for her that I don't want to do. I don't want to sit there and listen to your bad day every single day, but I do it because I love you. So you better love sucking this meat.
Hey yo,
I'm about to be with you forever. You better start liking shit. The fuck out of here, bro.
that's crazy.
Want me to be fucking exclusive to you and you don't give head? Okay, I'm gonna be
Yeah, but I mean, I
unexclusive.
that just be like shorties running game on certain niggas. That's what I mean by it's a lot of niggas that don't put their foot down or don't know when to
So
walk
I'm
away.
gonna tell you this: if she loves you, she's giving you head, bro. Even if she's bad at it.
Yeah, exactly.
So
That-
if she don't want to give you head, she don't love you.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Niggas be getting in that bag where they remember when we first started the show. I used to ask the question, "Have you ever asked for head before?" Because niggas will do that. They'll get into that bag where they almost damn near begging for the girl to give them something that's obligated to in the relationship.
So like the memes be on Twitter and Instagram. If I gotta ask for head twice, I'm cheating. It's just that simple.
Hey yo,
It's just that simple. I shouldn't be asking for it. I should be playing the game, and then you just come. I'm thinking that you about to give me a hug, but then you hug my balls with your mouth.
I was
That's
talking to a shorty the other day, and she was saying that a lot of men expect women to read their mind, and I was just like, "Whoa!" But I caught myself. I was like, "Let me have some empathy." Cause that's exactly what I be thinking. Like bitches be thinking a nigga just a psychic.
And, well, I mean,
But she said
every
that.
every female think that you're supposed to read
But
their
that's
mind.
that's what I'm saying.
Because
This
they
is the
get-
first time I heard a girl say that about men.
You know what say this, right?
Do you think it's some stuff that we assumed about them?
I'm sorry, but every man loves head. I don't give a fuck what you think.
Yeah,
Real
that's
shit.
a fact. Yeah.
So every female should know that.
that's real shit.
Every female should know that. Unless you're dealing with a woman, like come on now.
You think niggas be out there acting like they? All right, that's a great question.
All right.
That was one of my goals when I came on this show too. I was destined to not be one of those niggas to get up here and act like I don't like sex. Do you think that that's really common where niggas will like try to downplay their desires?
Bullshit.
Yeah, that's what I'm
So-
saying. It's bullshit.
so-
but I'm
so
saying,
let me-
how common do you think it is?
To be
that niggas
honest,
do that?
I hate them niggas
Let-
because it's like
You
honestly
lie to yourself.
they're no wait, let me
Oh,
just
yeah, go ahead.
finish. I just feel like those type of niggas are like super liars. Like yeah, we're all men, we lie to an extent, but to that extent it's
They
crazy.
So
fucking
now-
the
so
game
now-
up.
Yeah,
so let me-
no, because at that point it's like, damn nigga, you willing to lie that bad?
So let me say this.
That
Right.
shit crazy.
Let me say this. I feel like niggas who don't like sex like that or perceive to percept themselves like they don't like sex like that is because they're a super freak bag. And they gotta tone it down.
Oh yeah. Oh.
They have to tone it down, so they have to do that so that it could be normal.
Possibly, but I think it's more of they're ashamed.
I got a
Yes,
question for
so
both
like I
of
said,
y'all.
they're a freak bag. They're a horn monster, so they have to tone it down to normal men.
No, but I'm saying all men are freak bags and hormone monsters.
Yeah, but some people are higher than others. There's like, say you might like sex, just like I may like sex, but I may like. You know, there's some niggas that'll fuck anything,
But
and
no,
everything.
but that's the thing.
I won't.
That's the thing. I love that you said that, because this is my philosophy right here, and you finally gave me a way to be able to explain it. My personal belief is, I'm not gonna say all men, but I think most men are freaks and horn dogs, like you said. But there are a lot of men out there who are ashamed of that, so they hide it. So now it's women out here, when a guy is truthful about his desires, they're thrown off, or he's sassy, or he's demanding this, he's asking me what I bring to the table, or whatever it is. I feel like the only reason women are like that is because niggas downplay their desires. But I think the baseline of most niggas on the planet is they love sex.
They do, but there's some people that like it more than others.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think that
Look at
there's
Diddy.
more people that like. I don't think that I think that
Look at
most
Diddy.
men like sex a lot.
Look at Diddy.
It's just that a lot of them hide
Look at
it.
Diddy.
Okay, yeah.
That's an extreme case of a
Yeah,
nigga
yeah.
that's
But I'm saying
that's
that.
doing too much.
But I'm not saying all men are like that. But I'm saying the common knowledge of how much men enjoy sex is way lower than what it actually is.
Yes, because some people they lie on they shit all the time.
Yeah, that's what
They
I'm saying.
do. So, but the thing about that is why women think the reason why, oh man, you know, he's doing this, that, and the third is because he's trying to control himself. Men have to control themselves to operate in real reality.
Absolutely.
They have to discern between whether they're gonna have sex with somebody or not.
But I'm saying it's a difference between, all right, so I express how I am openly. I'm not ashamed of it. But I also can control it. That's what I'm saying. I think that there are men that don't even address the fact that they have those desires. There's nothing to control because they suppressed it so much to where they act like it don't
So,
exist.
you gotta understand
thinking
this.
that attracts women.
You got to understand this. Remember when I told you that some people can't confront their own demons and stuff like that?
That's a fact.
So some people have to lie to themselves to get to where they want to be.
How do y'all feel about niggas that pay for pussy?
Oh,
my
nah, they're the
God,
worst out of
yeah,
there.
Nah.
Those
So
are the type of
so wait.
people that-
How do I
so
feel
do
about it?
do you feel like you've never paid for pussy?
No.
Do you feel like you never paid for pussy?
No, not directly.
So
Indirectly.
okay. So technically,
every-
I've
give
had
you the
this
game on what's the
conversation.
difference.
Every man-
I've had this conversation
Yeah.
with a lot of men, and I feel as though like that's a very funny topic to have because of the fact that a lot of men feel like they really don't pay for pussy. When you really sit there and think about it, when you meet a woman, you're
I'm about
almost
to destroy
always
your argument right now.
almost always paying for the
I'm
first
about to
date.
destroy your shit right now.
let me
Bro,
say-
do
let me
you
say-
go out on a date
I'm about to
with
destroy
the
your
hopes
shit
of
right
not getting some pussy
I'm about
right
to
after?
destroy your shit right
wait,
now.
wait. Do you go on
Don't
a
get too
date?
confident 'cause I'm
Do
about to
you
destroy
not-
your
do
shit right
you
now.
go on
Justin,
a date
let me get right.
with
All right, let me
do
just
you
say this.
go on a
So
date
wait,
with the
ask
hopes
me a
of not
question.
getting some pussy after?
So it's, pardon me, ask you a question for the clip, but don't say the P word.
All right. Do you go on a date with the intentions of not getting some pee right after?
I go on a date with the intentions of getting P eventually. Yes.
Eventually.
Yeah. So
So now let me
now
say this.
paying
Let-
for the date.
Nah,
go,
nah.
go into that part.
All right. So if you eventually think your hopes is to eventually get to that ball game,
Mhm.
and you know it's not gonna take you, it's gonna take you numerous of more dates or meeting her and seeing her, and you're gonna spend money.
Mhm.
You mean to tell me you're not technically paying for it?
Now, indirectly paying for it, if you want to call it that, yeah. But
So-
I'm gonna tell you why I rather do that than just pay for it.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I've never paid for it. But I can imagine if I, in the way I am, and I don't pay for it, take Shorty out on a date. Let's say I spend $50, $60, whatever it is, 100, whatever. That's a date. I don't get no play. Just get a cool conversation and experience. Those are still valuable, men. You want those from women. The second time I take her on that date, I might spend a little bit more money. But when you deal with women, you know this. It's gonna come to a point where I'm gonna say pull up, or she's gonna say pull up. We gonna chill in the crib, put a movie on, and fuck. And I ain't gonna pay shit. I imagine that if you pay for it directly the first time, you're paying for it every time. She don't like you, so you're not gonna be able to fuck without paying.
That's tough.
That's why I don't see I understand why niggas do it, because they're bypassing all of this shit to get what they really want.
Yeah.
But now you have to pay every time.
So now I would say this, and people misconstrue the conception of paying for pussy. When we talk about paying for pussy, we mean direct one-to-one transaction.
Like she's opening her legs and you're giving her the money for that.
Exactly.
I would never do that in my life.
Exactly. So yes, on a term, you're indirectly paying for pussy because you're gonna get that eventually because you're still paying for it. But that's not the case. You're paying to get to know shorty.
Exactly. I'm paying for. I'm not paying for nothing. I'm going out to eat or going on an experience, and shorty is joining me, and we're gonna have a conversation.
This is what I'm saying. You're indirectly paying for it
because eventually I do want some ass.
Yes, eventually, but you're not directly paying for it. Indirectly, from the time of you getting to know shorty, it's going to cost you money because you're paying for an experience with a person.
Yeah, whatever I'm doing or whatever we're going out to do, most likely
it's gonna cost money.
So I had a shorty ask me like, why is it that men technically get tired after they get to the P?
Like tired of the woman?
No, tired just in general. Like you don't try as hard. Like for example, you said first date, I might spend 60, I might spend 80. Next day, I might spend a little bit more. But you said eventually she's gonna ask you to come to her house, Netflix and chill, whatever. You're gonna get to possibly hit.
I'll tell you.
But why is it that after you hit, maybe 2 or 3 times, you don't have the same exact energy you had when you first started?
I'll tell you exactly why. 1, you really don't like shorty, and 2, her pussy's trash.
I would say, yeah, it's kind of like that. So I would say,
because
it depends on what that guy's initial goal was.
Yes.
If he just wanted to crack,
then
he's gonna do whatever he needs to do to crack. If he wanted something more, then he's gonna maintain the behavior.
He's gonna do more.
And I'm in the business of trying to tell shorties how to discern the difference between that. They don't know the difference between a nigga that's giving them attention to crack or giving them attention to be in a relationship.
I will tell you this 100%, women. It's very simple to discern. And this is a man telling you, because guess what? Usually I wouldn't give this information out because, it's helping us in our sense, but it's destroying our fucking culture. So we have to address it, right? This is how you discern between a guy that just wants to fuck and a guy that actually wants to take you serious. He does not bring up sex anytime within the first month.
Nah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nah.
Yes.
Nah. Because that's hiding the desires.
But now this thing though, and this is what I'm gonna say. There's some niggas that will just meet you and immediately they're talking about sex. Immediately.
Yeah.
So if a guy holds himself back to not talk about the sex, and as much as a guy that's beasting for it, he actually wants to get to know you and actually wants to be around you.
That's a possibility.
Because a nigga,
it's more likely.
Let me say this: if a nigga can get bitches, right, and they always fucking them, whatever have you, this, that, and the third. When you actually want to take a shorty seriously, you're not trying to fuck her like that. You're trying to discern yourself from that because you know what can happen if you do.
Yeah, true. I feel that. And it is more likely that man is going to take you serious if he's not focused on sex. But I've had a lot of conversations with shorties where men will do that too. They'll act like they don't even care about it. But then when they get it, they out. So that still happens too. My best advice for how women can discern if a man is really serious about them, this is why the biggest issue in our society is fatherless households. You go to men like your brother, your cousin, or your father who obviously don't want to have sex with you to get the opinion of that man. Any man that wants to have sex with you is willing to tell a lie.
Yes.
So you go to the men who don't have sex with you and have them evaluate that man.
Damn, I never really thought of that.
That's how it used to be. The father used to give his daughter's hand away in marriage. That's gone. That's why bitches choose terribly. I don't think they have that skill like us, because it's easy for niggas to be like, that nigga ain't shit. We could see it because I used to not be shit. So it's easy to see when a nigga ain't shit. But girls don't listen to us. They don't come to us. I think that's the best way.
But you know why they don't come to you guys? Because it's hard to discern whether a nigga want to fuck them or not, especially when they're attractive.
But that's why I said you go to men that don't.
They probably don't have that in their lives.
And that's why I was saying fatherless societies is the biggest issue.
So yeah.
It's the
So, you know-
the start issue to all the other issues.
So the number one thing to combat that, I guess, is to have a brother or have a father. It's out of their control.
Have somebody in your life that really
It's out
cares
of your
about you, that
control.
doesn't want to have sex with you, which will most likely be a family member or a parent, something like that.
Or a guy that doesn't
It's hard to
find you
tell
attractive.
when it's a well, yeah. So it's hard.
It's hard. All right, so I got another question, right? And we're talking about guys and girls and all this other stuff, right?
Mhm.
So this is something that I thought about, and this is with dealing with friends and stuff like that as men. If you really want to test the true character of a man, bring him around some bad bitches. You'll see. Who he is.
Talk to
Yeah,
him.
bring your boy around some bad bitches. You'll see who he truly is as a person.
Yeah, man.
Because niggas act out crazy when it comes to bad females. around them.
Totally switching up.
It's totally.
Shorties peep that shit too.
Huh?
Shorties be peeping that too.
Yeah, no, they of course they do. As soon
A lot of them fall for goofy shit, but a lot of them they'll hit you with that who your man's.
So yes, but so the reason why I say that is because you'll figure out if your boy is a facade.
Okay,
So like he's with you, he's humble, he's cool, he's this, that, and the third. But when he's around some tens, he start acting like, oh yeah, I'm bigger than you, and I do this and I do that. And mind you, you're just over there watching him like, nigga, I really know you. You're not about none of this shit.
Yeah.
So imagine if he's willing to act like that around some bitches. Now put some money in front of that.
Damn.
He'll undercut you for some money.
Yeah, a lot of people change when it comes to money, shorties, all that.
Mm-hmm.
Remember I was telling y'all before, I'm gonna keep saying this. My new philosophy is the truth. It always be right there, but it's so in your face that most people jump over it. Cause think about when the internet and stuff came out, everybody was looking for all of the most complicated shit, conspiracy theories and all that. I'm looking for the truth right there in your face. Why do niggas do fuck shit? Probably over a bitch, probably over money. That's
So-
always the root.
So now the next question I'm gonna ask you, I'm gonna ask you, both of you guys. I'm gonna start with you, Star. How do you get a bad bitch?
Like, how do I bag?
Yeah, how do you bag a bad bitch? You're the way you would give advice to other men.
I mean, that's
I'ma
a
say
great
my-
question.
I'll say
Person
my-
or online?
I would say both, but I'm gonna hold my answer for last because it's kind of out there. But go ahead.
So honestly, bagging a bad bitch, I mean, to be honest, is acting like you don't care. You can't be like everybody else. She already knows she bad, to be honest. And this is advice coming from niggas that's more attractive than me. That I would honestly say, damn, bro, you really get them. So it's like the difference between those guys and the guys that actually chase these type of women is that they don't care. And it makes these women curious of why is it that this guy is not giving me that same attention as this guy that's willing to throw everything away just to get a conversation out of me. You just gotta not care.
You know,
You gotta treat a bad bitch like she just any bitch in the room.
yeah,
Because the minute you put her on a pedestal,
It's over.
it's over.
I agree. So, excuse me. It's the way that you worded your question, so my answer is kind of gonna be a little bit smart ass, but I'm gonna still go elaborate. You bag a bad shorty the same way you bag any shorty. We all know that. So, but what I think you're trying to ask is, a lot of men will see a woman that they thinks looks good, and then give away all their value very early just because that woman looks good. So you asking that question is just basically like, I'll bag her just like I bag any other shorty. But what guys forget is just because she bad don't mean I'm gonna just give her everything or she gets all my time. Nah, she gets the same amount of time that Just will get. Yo, Just, you want to meet at the studio? Yeah, we could meet at the studio. Same thing with a shorty. Shorty, you want to meet at this time? We could meet at this time. Like, I don't care how bad you are. I'm not dropping nothing else because you bad. But I think niggas start doing that.
All right, so I would say this: there's two ways to back shorties, and this is very out there, but I feel like it works because it just works. So there's two ways that you can start backing bad females, or you up the game of badder females. You date a bad female, or you surround yourself with bad females.
Talk to him.
Because now, once you have that perceived value that you're around bad bitches are only going to be attracted to you now because it got to be some reason why she's with that girl. Like girl. All right, so let me just say this. You females are crazy. I'll say this right now. You will jump on a man that has a girl more than you would jump on a man that's single. Because every time I've been in a relationship, bro, and this is why I say that I never post my shorty. I don't say what my relationship status is or anything like that. Because when I used to let it be known, oh my God, bro, you females are a different breed,
You should just get 2 girlfriends, bro.
No, I don't want that.
Get 2 girlfriends.
I can't do that. I can't do that.
That's too much money.
That's not even too much money. That's too much time. That's too much. That's too much stress. I could barely deal with one. But yeah, you gotta. If you really want to, bro, you date a bad bitch. Those bad girls are gonna be coming up after you, bro. Cause I swear, yo, I feel like if you're married, bro, that's even worse.
That's why I'm marrying a girl that like girls. It has to happen.
So I have 2 questions and one for y'all.
All right, go ahead.
Can y'all be friends with women with no intentions of fucking?
Yeah, I can.
I can, but it has to be business involved with that. I'm not about to spend my time with no female that I'm not fucking with.
And I can. I just don't see the point in it. Now, if we have many things in common,
Even
okay,
so.
that would be cool. But I'm not in a space in my life where I'm just doing fun stuff all the time.
So
Like, I barely see a lot of my close friends that are guys right now. So it's not the fact that she is a girl that I can't be friends with her.
yeah.
But it's the fact that
So
why
I gotta not find her attractive. That's one for me to be a friend with a female, right? And 2, there's certain things that I want to do in my life right now that I don't care to have a female around me because I'm always going to have some type of female presence with me that I'm either dealing with or trying to take serious. So I feel like that's disrespectful to have a friend that is also a female and that's attractive.
Yeah, if I'm attracted to her, nah. If I'm not attracted to her, okay, cool. But
'Cause
what
what
are we gonna do?
Because what it look like you
We
have
just
a
gonna be
you-
friends and
you have a serious relationship with a shorty and you're out there chilling with somebody else. You're taking that time away from your shorty. Because flip it on the other side of the head. Imagine she was hanging around a guy and not you. And
yeah,
y'all in serious.
that's really some new age shit. I don't really see our grandparents doing that. Like my grandmother ain't have a guy best friend.
No.
That's really new stuff.
And even back then too, your father didn't have a girl best friend. Like imagine how that sound, bro. Oh yeah, we're gonna go watch movies and we're gonna go out to eat.
Yeah, it just became normalized.
Like that sounds crazy, bro.
So do y'all introduce y'all shawty to y'all friends?
Yeah,
No.
To your homeboys?
Nah.
Or
Nah.
there's limits to that?
I like to keep my life private, bro. The only time that I would introduce my shorty to my friends is when she becomes my wife because she's a part of my life now.
oh nah,
Fully.
I introduced all my shorties to my friends.
Nah, I don't do that, bro.
I could do that.
Do you ever feel like that will backfire on you?
Nah. If it
'Cause
does,
it's
it does.
the
but
type of friends
I
that
don't
you
feel like
choose.
it would.
But I just feel like that intimate part of my life, I don't feel like I should be. Unless it's one close friend that I hold behind, like I call him my brother. Of course, he can, meet my shorty, whatever have you. Can go on double dates because he has a shorty as well too. Oh, this is another thing which I would say: do not bring your woman around your single friends.
What?
Yeah, I never heard that one.
Don't bring your woman around your single friends
Elaborate.
because you have less of a chance of them trying to get at your shorty.
I think you choose pretty good friends.
Yes.
I think it's more of a who your friends are.
Nah,
No,
man, nah.
it-
He
it
got a
is.
point on that. I didn't seen the grimiest shit, man. Like you'll see your bro. All it takes is a bad moment.
It is you're
All
right.
it takes is a bad
possibility,
moment.
but
And the more attractive your shorty is, the more of a bullshit you might deal with. Because I promise you, in their fucking head, if your bitch is bad, bro, if your bitch is fucking gorgeous as hell, you're telling me right now that your single friend not sitting there and saying like,
And now,
damn,
and
her
that goes
shit
to
fat.
question. That goes to question. You mean to tell me if your shorty bring her friends around, you as a man don't look at her friends,
yeah, look, yeah.
and
But-
you can't admit to yourself if her friend is attractive,
Yeah, I would.
and you think a woman won't do that?
Yeah, I do. But I'm saying that's why I said I think it's more of a factor of who you choose in
And
your
then,
life.
and then understand the discernment between men, bro. We will fuck if we get the opportunity.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It depends on who your shorty is and who your boy is.
And there's more people that are not like
For
your
that
friends.
to happen, your shorty and your boy would both have to do it.
Yes.
That would be losing two people that you're supposedly supposed to be close to. I would look at myself if my best friend fucked my shorty.
But you can't control.
I just look at myself in the mirror and be like, nigga, you're dumb.
no.
Who the fuck you been hanging with?
No, you can't even say that because people don't listen. People will change with opportunity, bro. I'll let you know that right now. You could have scoped them of all the things that you think that they would not do,
Yeah,
and they end up still doing it.
yeah, but I'm just I'm
So
I think
sometimes you
it's
can't blame yourself.
I
for
think
that.
it's so unlikely that I would still bring my shorty around.
Yeah, but
my
guess
single
what?
friends.
Just know that it's a possibility.
Yeah, I know that. But I'm just saying.
I just won't do it because one, I just don't like bringing my intimate personal relationships into my friend group. I feel like that's a thing that's not, unless you come to my house, that's a different story. And if I'm willing to bring you to my house and I know I have my family and stuff there, then I trust you as an individual wholeheartedly.
Honestly, too, if you want the answer to your question, just one day when you have a shorty, post her on the gram and just tag her. You see how you'll see how quick.
See how quick, yeah.
And
know.
I just feel like that's crazy.
But
to be honest, if your
but
mans
we
have
talking
a girl,
about close friends though.
all right, and it still be close friends that follow your shorty. For what reason? That looks crazy. That looks crazy.
Or
I
or let me say this. If they weren't following her before and you post her, they start following her, then it's a problem.
That's what I'm saying. That's a problem.
That's a good way
Just
to do it.
if you
Yeah, that's a good
post a
way.
woman tomorrow
Uh-huh.
and I follow her,
Oh,
just
yeah,
know
you
the
got-
intentions in my head was, damn,
I will
shorty fine.
Yeah.
And that's but you're saying don't bring them around the single friends or don't post her. Basically, you're saying most of your friends would try to follow your girl. I don't think that
No,
most of my
they-
friends would do that.
No, they probably
Post her. Post her. Post her. Post her. It's crazy, man. This is a cold world.
or right, they could get a little bit smarter than that and not follow her, right? And she has a public profile. Ask for your shorty phone and look at her story views.
I feel like that's just too like you just worrying too much.
Bro,
That's not
respectfully,
worry, bro.
if you got respect for me, you're not following my girl.
And
Oh yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
But I'm saying I don't think most of my niggas would if I posted her.
Post her.
Now, if we met in person and we all hanging out and all that, yeah, you can Instagrams and all that. But like,
Listen, before you upload this, post her.
I mean, I would have to have a her. But when I do have a her, I'm not afraid
because
of
I'm
posting my shorty.
gonna
I'll
tell
post
you
her.
right now, bruh. If I post my shorty, right, and I tag her, and I go in the following list, and I don't see you, but I see you in her stories, yeah, not
What is the perfect time frame after you get into a relationship to post that person?
That's
Never.
a hard question.
Never. Come on, I've been saying this. You never post your
You can't
shorty.
do never. Never. Is, nah.
Never, ever.
See now.
Okay, there's only one way. There's only one
Hyperbole?
way. One way. There's only one way. You got to put a ring on it. You got to. That's the only time you should be posting her.
Nah, I disagree.
You disagree?
Yeah.
So you be out here posting your shorty?
I mean, if I had a shorty, I would post her.
Oh yeah, something
Well,
wrong with you.
Something's wrong with me?
Yes,
It's just too much risk, man. Like,
bro.
to
you
be
said it-
honest,
you said it in the viral video that we had.
No.
That niggas be coming out the woodwork.
Yeah, they do. But I mean, like I said, I speak with hyperbole a lot. So never means like, yeah, I won't do it all a lot. But
I would never.
to say I would never ever just
Ever.
like, nah, you
Ever.
gotta post your shorty.
No, I'm never posting my shorty, bro, unless she's my wife.
Nah. You
I-
can post before that.
No,
I agree and
I'm not.
disagree.
Okay,
No,
so all
I'm
right.
not.
So your time frame is wife.
Yes.
Your time frame.
my time frame is it's just scary. Like, honestly, posting in general is scary because it's like I don't know what could come with that. Like I said, I wouldn't even want to know how many people would want to follow my shorty because at that point I'm gonna take it as a disrespect. And I'm telling you from experience, man. I done had girls that are bad and I post them. Now I see like 4 of my niggas following them. And to me, that's crazy. That's just insane.
So now this is
But
what
all
I
right,
said.
now
I would
those
never
niggas
post her.
following them doesn't. You cut those niggas off.
So if they're
but-
in her likes, that's not crazy.
no, yeah, but I'm saying, yeah, you cut those niggas off.
So
but
let me say this.
you
right?
still could deal with shorty.
Now-
That doesn't have to do with anything of.
Now
Why does she have to be punished for?
Now I will.
The
She's
niggas'
not
actions.
punished. She's not punished.
You're not
I'm not
posting her.
I'm not saying that I wouldn't post her because
Okay,
of that
so if a
simple
girl
fact.
thinks that posting her is not posting her as a punishment, that's a girl I don't want to be with. Because why do I have to post you?
I mean, I think most girls are gonna. Girls want to. They want to share their relationship and their man with the world.
Yes, in real life.
No, both.
In real life,
Nah, on social media.
I want a shorty that cares about real life more than social media.
Yeah, but I'm saying, okay, that is true.
I
But
think they only care about that shit if social media is important to you. If they see that you're the type of guy that you live for the stories, you live for the gram, of course they want to be a part of that. Now, if you just a guy that really don't care about that type of stuff, she wouldn't really give a fuck to be posted.
true. Okay, I agree.
Because
with
I would say this right now: the only way that I'm posting my shorty, well, besides her being my wife and have us having kids, whatever have you, besides the point, I will post like stuff that I do with her. Right? You would know that I'm with a shorty. You just don't know who it is.
He the one hiding the dinner, the face. He just showing
Yep.
the finger.
Yep. Yep.
Okay,
Smart man,
all right,
smart man.
Now, all right, okay.
Social media fucked
Do you
relationship.
think? Do you
up.
think that is contribute? All right.
Okay. You know what the equivalent of posting your shorty before marriage? What it is? It's like posting your bank account number.
Nah. That's nah.
No, and I'm not talking about like your number so that people could access your bank account. I'm talking about like the amount of money that you have.
Okay, now, all right. Posting the shorty. My time frame would be
Because remember what I told you about having a girl, bro. Once you're in a relationship with somebody, now people are beasting.
okay. Now I'm about to give I guess a hot take. Maybe this for the young niggas, but I've matured a little bit in my life. The next relationship I get in, I'm posting her at the start of the relationship.
You're setting yourself up for failure.
No comments.
No comments.
You're
what you
setting your-
mean? You the
you're-
youngest nigga.
you're
Give me.
you're setting-
give me your generation's response to that.
Setting
I mean,
I'm
yourself-
posting my next girl.
You're
I'm
s-
posting her when it's official. When we make it
You're
official, she's going
set-
on the gram.
You're
To each their own. I
setting
mean,
yourself
honestly-
up for failure. And
You don't
listen-
think that's a good strategy?
And now let me tell
Nah.
you this. Let me tell you this, right? I'm going to say it here on the podcast. Kill, you are setting yourself up for failure. And when I'm gonna be like, yes, I told you so, I'm gonna be like, yes, I
All
told
right,
you
So
so.
I'ma tell him- I'ma tell
What
him
if
the
we was-
real reason
What if we
why.
was talking like, you know how you courting, you're going on dates and stuff for a couple months, and then I'm like,
I'm gonna tell
yo,
you the
shorty, I
real
wanna make it
reason.
official.
I'm gonna tell you the real reason why social media and posting that early is a problem. One, like I said earlier, you never really know where this is going. So it'll look crazy if you posted a shorty like a month ago and all of a sudden she just disappeared on your page.
Now I feel that, but
Yeah, and then-
I don't
and
give a
then,
fuck about
and then-
how.
no. Okay, so then, all right. So look at it like this, right? You just posted and you just started a relationship. What if y'all break up in a month after? Now the world thinks
That's
that you got a
crazy.
girl, and now when you try to go fuck with another girl, whatever have you, think you cheating,
I'm not worried. What the fuck was
bro? Girls would not. Hit
that?
you up
Was
for
not even logical.
Listen, what you mean? How is that not logical?
What you mean? You said girls gonna think that I don't even understand what you were saying.
Girls are going to think that you're a cheater. They're gonna still think that you're with that girl.
Because we broke up fast.
What you mean because you broke up fast? You posted her, right?
Yeah.
So that insinuates that you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
They're not gonna know whether you broke up or not.
I mean, it don't matter. Girl, once you post a girl, you
Will you not feel a type of way?
You just made the claim that more girls.
Will you not feel a type of way deleting something like if it didn't work out and you looking crazy on social media?
Why would I?
But you don't think like you would look crazy? Like you just posted shorty.
I mean, people may think that, but me personally, I don't.
And I would say this as well too. You said that more people hit you up. Okay, I said more people hit you up while you have a girlfriend, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
Those same women that are going to hit you up, you can never take them serious.
All right.
not?
If you feel about
What you mean? Why not? They're the type of person to fucking talk to somebody that has a whole relationship.
Well, it depends.
What you mean? It depends.
No. There's a difference between being around beautiful women and being in a relationship in a beautiful.
And I said being in a relationship and them hitting you up.
Yeah, but you said that we broke up.
No, this is what I'm saying. When you're in that relationship from posting her and shorties that would hit you up, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you start fucking with them after you done broke up or whatever have you,
Yeah,
you
with
can never,
them. Yeah.
you can't take them serious.
With that, yeah. If they hit you up with them willing and knowing that you're in a relationship, yeah.
You can never take them serious.
Yeah,
ever.
yeah, I agree with that.
how long would it take you to bring a female around your parents? You say you'll post her right away, and that's almost equivalent to almost bringing her around your parents because social media is going to see her, and I'm assuming you have a lot of family members on there.
I mean, when I was younger, I did things differently, so I'm trying to do them differently now. I would court a woman, date, whatever it is, however many months that is. But when I make it official, I will introduce her to my parents, post her. That's when I would make all the introductions.
When is it official to you?
Whatever time frame that takes.
Nah, I'll tell you right now. I don't bring shorties around my parents, bro.
That's like your girlfriend. You don't bring your girlfriend around your. Why?
I feel like if I'm 100% sure that this is gonna be the one that I'm gonna marry, I will bring her around my parents, because I feel like that's disrespectful for me to just be bringing shorties to my mother.
That's a perspective that I didn't think of.
Because the thing is like, how would I want my mother to look at me? So say if I've been in like 7 relationships, I bring every single female to her. Come on, now, that's crazy.
Maybe, yeah, you know my living situation.
Yeah.
So maybe you have a different mindset on that because your parents are away right now. My parents have seen
even if they were living with me or whatever have you, or I've been around them a lot, I'm still not bringing them home unless I'm sure that this is somebody that my parents are going to see very much so often for years.
I mean, you don't know that though. I just would do it when it's official.
I would say
you would do it after y'all been together for
like a year.
So official, and then y'all been together for a year. Then you'll introduce her to your parents. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But I don't think it's never really gotten to that point, honestly, for me at least.
Okay.
It's always like at the 8-month point where it's like they start doing bullshit, start wanting more. After I done told them exactly how it was gonna go down, but they don't listen because they're delusional.
Okay. Would you say that's why most of your relationships didn't work out?
Yes. I'm a guy. That's why I said
expectations, ladies.
That's why I said like I'm a man with a purpose. So once I start going more into my purpose, and you feel like you're getting alienated because of my purpose, then you're not the shorty for me, bro.
See, for me, my relationships didn't work out because I didn't set clear boundaries. So shit would pop up in a relationship that I didn't like too late in the relationship. I didn't have my shit together. So like a lot of the things that many men would blame shorties for, I do hold shorties accountable, but I wasn't at my highest peak yet. So I would like to see how I do a relationship
when you're at your peak.
Yeah.
Or close to your peak.
Yeah, when I'm in a more ideal situation.
Yeah. And that's what I say too. Like, I mean, of course, like I'm Financially, I'm doing things, whatever have you, but I'm still not to where I think that my potential is.
Yeah.
So when I feel like I need to go harder or do more, females start to go away from me.
But now a lot of shorties say this too. They feel like when a guy is in that mode, he's harder to deal with. Would you say? Could you acknowledge that of you?
I understand why though.
Yeah, no, yeah, but I'm saying
Yes, I
It-
can
yeah.
see why it would
I
be
think
more.
that's why I don't want to be in a relationship neither, because I know the girl that I'm with is gonna have to deal with me being like, I need to go and do this. I need to get this. I'm trying to make this happen. Like, we also got to, acknowledge the fact that shorties probably fucking hate that shit too.
Yeah, no, shorties definitely hate that shit because they're getting less attention. That's why.
Yeah.
They hate that shit. But if you care about that so much and you don't care about the future, then get the fuck away from me.
That is a fact.
Because all the things that I'm doing, everything that I'm working hard for, if you can't relinquish trying to get some attention over us having a better future, then what the fuck am I doing with you?
Yeah.
You want to stay and struggle? You just want to lay up and fucking watch movies. I'm trying to fucking have a movie theater in my house with you. So that's a girl that you know you can't build with because she can't see the future. A girl that can see the future is going to understand that you're trying to go harder for the both of us and let go of the reins.
I be trying to think, because I know you, like, we have a lot of these conversations. I be trying to think, well, like, where is a place that, because you're very intentional. You have expressed multiple times that you're ready to be serious with somebody.
Yes.
I be trying to think, like, where do you find those people? I know where to find the Trishas.
Yeah, me too. And that's why I stay far from it.
Yeah, but what? All right, that's a question. Where do you think you find
The gym.
quality women?
The gym.
Okay,
The gym.
that's a hit or miss. It's both.
No.
A lot of egotistical shorties go to the gym.
Yeah, but the thing about it is with going to the gym is a very hard thing for most regular men to do.
Yeah, for
So-
most regular, people in
so the-
general. Yeah.
so the
it's a
fact-
good skill to have.
So
that discipline.
Yeah, discipline. That's it.
That's,
If you discipline yourself enough to go to the gym every day or have a certain routine,
it's more
you
likely that you
can
have
fall
other-
within organization.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So the gym is a perfect place
Okay.
to find a good shorty.
Okay.
A shorty that has okay. So now I would say this: a shorty that goes to the gym and has a career because she knows how to balance time and still do what she needs to do.
Okay.
Also, business events, high scale parties.
And you just don't have enough time to be in those environments, so you haven't met that shorty yet.
Exactly.
you don't think it's awkward to bag women in the gym?
Yes and no, because I'm the type of person that I don't like talking to people in the gym.
Yeah, you just got to go for the right time. Like, yeah.
Because you know what it is?
Me personally, I would feel uncomfortable trying to approach a woman in the gym.
I've done
Just
it
because
a
of
lot.
like the TikTok videos, and obviously women are wearing stuff that makes us feel like, let's be honest, it's like tight clothing, all
Yeah.
type of stuff. They
Yeah.
already know that they look right.
See, now with social media, people post the most extremes. It's either like the worst case scenario or best case scenarios. It's no in between. You're a little bit younger, but my advice to you would be, in real life, look for the in betweens.
So
The
you
gray
know what
area.
I've noticed since like changing careers, just trying to pick up women, is that honestly, your best chances is when you take that chance.
Yeah,
Mm.
exactly.
Because a lot of men, what happens is you think about it and then you never know. But somebody once told me, like, would you rather deal with the you never know, or would you rather deal with the maybe, possibly, yes or no?
Yes,
I get that. I get that a
exactly.
lot.
So when I started taking the chances, obviously I was getting a lot of yes, and I was shocked that it worked. But you have to understand that just the same way you think, a lot of other men think the same way.
Yeah.
Like, you won't really approach a chick because you're like, damn, she bad. She might just dub me. But bro, a lot of men think that way. So just
Yeah.
you approaching her will be like, wow, what the fuck? This guy
and
just
that's
really
why,
approached
like,
me.
all right, it's two sides to social media. It's what's being watched and also who's watching it. So, like you said, many men we think the same. So, shorties is getting online and saying this and that about niggas and all of this, blah 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 blah. But in real life, if you are shooting your shot, or you letting social media negate that and stop you from shooting your shot, when you finally stop letting social media stop you from shooting your shot, what you said happens. You get to see who's gonna say yes.
Yeah.
True.
And you know what, I say this too, right? Right now, the reason why I don't really care for it as much, especially like in the gym and shit like that, because I could if I wanted to. I know I can. Because I've seen it before when I've been asking, like, shorties should be on the same machine that I want to use, whatever have you, should give you a smile and show you the gestures that she actually
I'd be
feel-
interested.
Yeah, she feel like that you're attractive, right? But I just put it in my head, like, right now, like, I'm on my mission, I'm on my purpose, so that I don't look at those things. Like, I go past those things. Like, when I'm in the gym, I might even think of, like, oh yeah, like, shorty bad as hell, like, and start looking at her, whatever have you. I just glance on what I'm doing. Because I'm not in the gym to fucking socialize, bro. I'm in the gym to get my body right. I'm in the gym to get in here, finish my purpose, and go home. Because I got another day where I got to go get this money. So that's why I don't care to look. I don't care to go to places to look.
Yeah.
Because I have my purpose that I need to do.
I feel
Do
that.
you
Yeah.
ever do you ever fear rejection when you do
So-
take that chance?
So I don't fear rejection. I just fear my time being wasted.
So the question was of the day, do you feel as though every woman has a price?
I feel like everyone has a price.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck what anybody says, what anybody does, or what's the circumstances. Somebody brings you the right number, you are giving up everything for it.
Okay. All right. You want me to answer now?
Yeah.
I think it's only one situation where I thought about this heavy because I got to say this too. Star, he came up with the best question on the show. I never heard this question. This shit never crossed my mind. Does every woman have a price? I think that this is the only reason why I'm still open to marriage, hopefully, one day in my life. I think that a woman that's attached and committed to you in a marriage doesn't have a price. That's the only kind of woman I think doesn't have a price.
That's kind of true.
Other than that, everybody got one. I agree with you on that.
I think
And that goes back to the question of when I said, would you pay for play? The thing about it is, like, a lot of men thinks like that's something to be embarrassed about. I want you to know that these rich niggas, they doing it.
Yeah, but I still think it's embarrassing.
It is embarrassing to an extent, but it's like when you realize the maturity behind it, because I had somebody explain it to me. He said, kid, if I don't got to deal with getting to know shorty or the arguments and none of that, and I'm getting exactly what I want, and she could leave right after and I have no entitlement, why would I not just do that?
I mean, now
And it kind of like triggered my head, like, whoa, what the fuck?
now you use the word maturity. I kind of would more say rhetoric or logic. I don't think that shows maturity. That just shows
I'd say
you
this.
don't want to waste time.
I say this.
It's a certain mindset.
It beats the games, though.
So
Because honestly, she will rather, let's be real, bro. Like, if you make money, at the end of the day, shorty she wants you to take care of her. So it's like, it always goes back to,
So, all right, I hope not, but do you think you could have a relationship with a woman that
so?
you pay for play with?
no,
Nah.
no.
Yeah, so
no.
that's
So,
if,
but the
if,
thing
if
is-
you if you
but-
want a relationship, it's
no.
yeah.
But if you don't care for the relationship, then by all means.
if you
get
don't
the money-
care for the relationship,
By all
I don't
means.
see I see the logic behind it, but I still wouldn't do it.
No, I personally wouldn't do it. But when you talk about people who have that type of money to throw around, your time is your money. Money doesn't become a valuable thing to you anymore. So you don't give a fuck about it because you can always make the money back. You
Bro.
can't make back time. So that's the reason why they possibly just pay for it, because guess what? If I want her, I can have her. I can pay for her. I don't have to waste my time because the time is something I can't get back.
I feel that, but I still think it's something to be ashamed of, though.
I mean,
Or
man,
it's
look,
embarrassing.
Look, at the end of the day, remember what I said. Whatever makes you happy within your life, and who gives a fuck about other people's opinions. If that's something that you do, cool. You feel what I'm saying? I might have my opinion against that, but at the end of the day, if you make a shit ton of money, bro, who gives a fuck about your option, your opinion?
Well,
Because like I said, once you have that type of money, money becomes fuck you.
The real thing is, bro, most average women will fold for 10,000 right in their face.
okay, I have a different.
And if you tell me that
have a-
if you were a man that was in a position where 10,000 isn't a lot of money to you, and there's beautiful women inside the room, and half of those women you will want to sleep with, and you mean to tell me if you got that type of money and they're willing to fold for that type of money, you wouldn't give it up?
No, I wouldn't pay directly for it. No, because I know it may take longer, but
And I respect that. I mean, if that's the way he views it.
So I'm saying, like I said, I personally wouldn't pay for it, but I could understand the people that do. And like I said, I personally think that's not a good thing, but at the end of the day, it's what they think about themselves and what they do. So if that makes them happy, to each his own. I can have my opinion that I feel like it's wrong, right? And you could do it as such, and you don't feel like it's wrong because at the end of the day, I'm not living your life. I don't understand that because at the end of the day, like when you say, oh, you can give 10,000, whatever have you. Imagine courting her, doing this, that, and third. Within that time that you would have just paid $10,000 for, you done lost $50,000. That's how they probably look at it.
yeah, I mean, okay. What we're speaking about is all right. Let's ask this question then: do you think prostitution should be legal?
No.
Yes,
You just said all of that, but you don't think prostitution should be legal?
I think it should.
Why?
Only because I know the back end version of what prostitution is on the lower scales and the things that come out of it, it's not good. Because at
Now-
the end of the day, with prostitution specifically, there's some main man for that. And then the women get treated like shit.
But okay, niggas pay for sex.
Yes.
That means that women are selling sex.
Yes.
You don't think that women should? If you think that it's logical for men to pay for sex, don't you think they should go to a professional establishment to pay for sex?
So
That's what I'm saying. Because you're explaining the logic of a wealthy person paying for sex.
Okay,
there
so-
should be a
so-
place
so-
that they go to pay for sex at, not just solicit women and pay them for sex.
so it should-
nah.
it should be that way because
I don't know my stance on prostitution, by the way.
So I would say this. You could do whatever you want to do, specifically you, because it's your choice at the end of the day. Once you start talking about establishment, change, and all this other stuff, it's not up to your decision.
No. But it is up to you, but paying for it we can't advise that because that's not legal.
Yeah, it's not legal, but I'm just saying that people do it. If you're going to do it, that's on you, specifically. Me, Justin, I would never do that.
Yeah, I would never do it.
I would never do it, but
I
for
would
a-
never say
I'm not
what you
advi-
said
yeah,
before. I wouldn't advise people.
I'm not advising anybody to do
Well,
it.
yeah, I'm not. Yeah,
I'm not advising nobody to do it. I don't care. Whatever you do within your life and whatever your choices are, you make those decisions. Right?
Yeah.
But I can understand why people, just like I could understand why people do crime.
yeah.
But but the thing is, I'm giving a logical reason on why some people should do it. And at the end of the day, whatever choices you make within your life that makes you happy, understand there's pros or cons to it. And if you want to do it, by all means. But I'm telling you, my opinion is that I don't give a fuck. I would never do that shit, no matter how much money it is.
I feel that. I agree with you.
And I would hope that most people don't do it.
I would.
But
hope
I
so
could
too.
understand why people do it.
Yeah, I would hope that they don't do it neither. Why don't you think guys see attracting women like they see everything else? Like you can get better at a video game or basketball. You can get better at attracting shorties.
Nobody wants to work. That is the problem. And then when you add that you have money, you definitely don't want to work because you don't work for nothing else. You pay for everything that you need.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
why would I waste my time on something that's not going to get me anything more than what I want? The only people that decide to work for certain things is because money can't help them in a situation.
Yeah, but I mean, with a woman or in a relationship, I mean, yeah, it depends on the guy. A lot of guys only see women for sex.
Exactly.
Do you think that men that don't focus as much on women are more likely to be successful in life than men that does?
Yes.
Like, do you feel like if you were a man that you're not very interested in sex or women in general, do you feel like
Yes.
he's most likely to get ahead than someone that is?
Yes, because you spend less time on searching to do that. Now, I will say this. There are things, if you're trying to get better as a man to attract women, that you could do that makes you a better person overall. Like saying going to the gym, being more disciplined, trying to get more money, doing all those things because of you're trying to attract more women. Yes, you can definitely get better that way. But if your main focus is just to get women, once you just start getting women, you cut everything else off. You stop doing all those things. But if your purpose is higher than just attracting women, then you will do more. Because it comes to a certain extent in life where you can get to where you could attract a lot of women, but you won't get to that higher peak to where you could be one of the greatest of all time. But the only way to do that is to supersede trying to get shorties and go for your purpose. Now, along the way, you will get shorties, right? But if you focus on your purpose more, you will get ahead in life more.
Yes. I would say everything that you said. It's just that when it comes to, like a shorty, it depends on the guy that you asking. Because the real reason why men say don't fuck with shorties when you chasing your goals is because most men don't want to admit that they fucked with a shorty before and they gave up all their priorities. So all I would say is don't chase them. Don't put them over your other priorities.
Exactly.
Bro, shit.
That's
And understand this.
I can admit that I've done that before.
And to say
you
this
get
as
in
well.
that bag where it's like, oh, fuck women, da da da. No, it was you. Like nobody
Yeah.
can tell you how much time you spend with her and stuff.
I'm not saying to fuck women and this, that, and third, this, that, whatever, when you're chasing your goals. I would say put off making women your purpose. Put off trying to be around shorties and try to get towards your purpose, because at the end of the day, women are always going to be there.
And think about it like this too.
Your purpose won't.
It's back to that raw truth. There's only 2 genders, bro. There's only 2. Like
Careful with that.
yeah, there's only
Yo, just be careful with
there's
that.
only 2 genders. So like what does society expect when a man falls in love with a woman? Like I've been there before. I don't know if you guys been there before,
we
but
have.
like you ready to give everything. So
True.
like advice from an older man to a younger man is I know that it gets like that. I'm just trying to tell you, don't throw away your life to satisfy hers, because
Yeah.
it's very easy to do.
Yes.
It's very easy to do.
Yes.
Like,
But I would
and,
just
and
say
you won't even realize that it's happening.
No, because you're blind once you find the person
Exactly.
that you love.
Yeah.
But the thing I will also say that is that focus on yourself. Do the things that you need to do to get to the man that you need to be, so that you can attract the woman that you need, not the woman that you want.
Yeah.
That's it. And able to keep that woman that you need. That's really what it is. Because once you're able to find that foundation to where you can stabilize the family, her, and your future, there's a lot of things that would have been an attacker onto the reason why you guys can't keep a relationship, to when you have those things, there's a less likely that the relationship will fold.
See, I'm good at I don't want to say I'm good at. I have experience attracting relationships. I've had them, but it's hard for me to really go in and talk on those because I'm not in one right now, or I'm a successful one for a long time. Like my longest one was like 5 years, so I have both sides of just having casual flings, attracting women, and maintaining women.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like further than that, I mean, I could have. It's all speculation.
So I can
It's all
talk.
speculation. I think.
I can talk on it because I see my mother and father are together. And they've been
Yeah.
together since I was born. So I see what it is. I've seen the problems, and of course I don't know everything, right? And I know myself. And most of the relationships I've had has ended because of me, right? And it's only because in my head, I know that there's more out there for myself, and I'm not gonna put myself lower just to satisfy one person. It's not happening, right? So I know that I can keep a relationship long term and forever if I find that one person that understands me, and once she understands that what I'm trying to do and understand the sacrifices, then I'm going to make sure that I sacrifice myself to keep that. Because it's all a revolving door. And the one thing I would say in this day and age is that a lot of people ask, what do you bring to the table, but never ask, what do you bring outside when we leave that table?
Do you think that, in general, men and women, people, do you think that most people want a serious relationship? Like, do you think it's as desirable as it used to be?
No, because of the perceived options. But at the end of the day, they definitely do. Take all that outside, all the temptation. Most people want to be with one person.
Okay.
Most people do. Because imagine, right? You giving yourself to each person that you deal with. Like you have to break apart yourself to give to another person.
What do you guys think? You think that most people want a serious relationship, or do you think that this individualism culture actually has some is actually here to stay? Like, do you think that people are happy single? Do you think that
They're not.
these women are happy getting older and older and not having a man, and vice versa with the men? Like,
Bro.
do you think it's just claims, or you think it's real?
It's all cap. Because at the end of the day, all these independent women is saying one thing. I'm being independent because I can't find no man that I want and that I need. Because who wants to be alone for the rest of their life? Nobody. I don't care who you are. You need somebody. And people are this independent wave and I can do bad all by myself. It's just them lying to themselves. They're trying to get away from the fact that they need somebody. So they have to lie to themselves every day that I'm an independent this. I don't need to do this. I'm self-sufficient. I could do all this stuff. Because they have to lie to themselves every day. But let that one person that fulfills all the things that they need, they're going to give up all of that independent rhetoric. Because the same people that's in the fucking music industry that's saying all this independent this and city girl that, I promise you they got a man at home that they're sleeping next to and waking up and making that same music and coming home back to them. They're just not showing that because that's not in the image. It's just that simple. So is there anything that you guys want to say before we end off to the people?
Nah, I pretty much agree with that. I do think that people crave companionship. I think we social creatures. I think that people should admit their faults and flaws and really take a hard look at themselves in the mirror and actually think about what they want.
Yep. Star, you got anything to say?
It gets tiring getting to know someone new every time. I don't want to know your favorite color. I don't care what's your favorite food. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of repeating myself, what I like.
Would you care about, I mean, I know it could be frustrating, but you would care about your wife's favorite food, right?
No, of course. I'm just saying, like,
He's tired of
I'm backpedaling
Yeah.
on the...
I think a lot of people are, is what I'm getting
Because your
at.
question was, do eventually someone want something serious? So it speaks more on that. I'm touching on that. Like, I feel like everyone gets tired of repeating themselves. It's the same thing. Like,
So you have an opposite sentiment. You think that people are really growing tired.
yes, I do. Like, honestly, there's a honeymoon phase that we have to like understand that everything is like sweet and peaches at first, but to be honest, no relationship is perfect. No matter how much shit you see on social media, you never know what's behind the scenes. We done seen people that we look up to or think that they're perfect, low key be killing each other off the social media or hate each other.
Because I would say this as well too, like this individuality and all this other stuff that we have going on. Imagine trying to and going into a relationship and talking to different people, like you said, finding out your favorite color and your favorite food with multiple people until you're not here anymore, and you never had a everlasting long relationship. Then you just went through all those relationships and all those peoples for absolutely no reason. Because you didn't get what you really wanted at the long term. You didn't get your family. You didn't get the long-term companionship. And now it's basically like you've been single all your life. Just flings. And that's crazy. But this has this has been another episode of the Hood Analyst Podcast. And gotta thank my boy Star for coming through, you feel me? Spitting that knowledge.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, anytime. And men, work harder. Do the things that you need to do in life. Stop lying to yourself. And maybe you will get that one shorty that you do need, or two, if that's your preference. And women, understand that you have feelings. Please be emotionally intelligent and understand that everything is not feelings and there is logic sometimes. And you got to adhere to it because that is reality. And stop living in your delusion. And maybe you might find the man of your dreams. We are out.